Hey, my dear friends, welcome. I hope that you're having a great time. Of course, this is Thursday, and I believe I just have this beautiful message for today. I want to talk about one thing, one element that actually supported me during my journey from living on the street to being where I am today, a proud father, a husband, executive director of Shell of Rwanda. I've come a long way, but I've always carried one thing which is called discipline. And I want just to share a little why you need to have discipline in order to keep yourself moving forward. Discipline as a word is just a simple and normal. But in action, discipline is one of the hardest things that you need to have in your life in order to put your life in order. You might be a dreamer, but those dreams without a discipline, they're just dreams like any other dreams. They're just wishes like any other wishes that everybody has. But when each dream you attach a discipline, you end up getting everything in order, just the way you desire. That's how everything unfolds. So there are three big reasons to why you need to keep discipline. And I'm telling you this because I understand living on the streets. I've seen how discipline is very important, keeps you safe, and also keeps you live with hope, at least that the future is gonna be better. So one big thing. So discipline helps you to shape your character and integrity. On a journey of transformation, when I left the streets, I went back in school. But there was a lot of distractions. There was a lot of things going on. Some of my friends went back and started taking drugs again because they were set free without discipline. Yes, they were sent to school, they were going to school, but they never felt that they needed to have that discipline that would keep them away from using drugs. So having discipline helped me so much go away from drugs. I knew exactly whom I have to have as my friend, whom I have to hang out. I knew exactly where should I be, in which time, and with who. I knew if I would be with people smoking, taking marijuana, of course I would go back to that. But my discipline kept me away from such people. There's the same thing with you, depending on which goals you want to get. There are people you need to cut in your life and say bye to them because they are distractions that take you away from your big dreams. If you're young, you are in school, and you have something big you desire to achieve, of course, everybody in this world is not going where you're going. That's why you might need to cut them away from your life so that you can keep yourself moving forward. That is the power of discipline that I'm talking about. So now let's move to the next one. It is only discipline that helps you to keep consistency in transformation. I remember at the age of 19, starting in senior one, trying to learn English, and I couldn't get everything in order. And only discipline kept me moving forward and supported me so much that I started reading and understanding English. I remember reading the first book, and the only thing I grasped was the color of the cover page of the book. Otherwise, I didn't even get anything. I couldn't even memorize the title of the book. Oh my God, I still go back to my high school and I see the book. I'll be like, what? I remember I was this at this level. But I want to tell you the truth. Because I kept reading small books after another one and another one, and I kept doing so much of that. I remember sitting in a library and having a dictionary just to read, like randomly, just trying to learn some new vocabularies. But my dear friend, because I kept the discipline of doing that consistently, over time, I was one of the best students. So no matter what happens, no matter how something is challenging, If you have discipline, you're going to have the consistency in doing that. And the more you do it, like there is no better teacher than consistency, than a repetition. You just go back and do it until you master it. That's the power of discipline. But that's what many people are not willing to attain. They go into one thing, if they fails, they just move forward. But who told you how many times you are going to just try? You might be trying once, second time, third, fourth, and another time. But one time it's going to work. That's the power of discipline. So the third one is discipline helps you to know that your purpose in this world, your purpose for your life is a way bigger than the pain that you might endure on the way to achieving your dream. So don't expect that because you have a big dream, because you are smart, you're not going to be challenged on the way to attaining your big future. You might think it is going to come just easy, but I'm telling you the truth. That's not the case. Everything that is good comes with the price. The price for a better future is the pain that you have to go through. But if you have the discipline, you will always do the right thing no matter what happens. No matter the conditions, the right thing has to be done. I remember reading to one of the passages I was reading actually this week. I read this beautiful sentence. The sentence was like, is it like circumstances like situations does not change your responsibility. So if you have a big target of where you are heading, of something you want to achieve, it is not about the situation that you're going through, because this current situation is gonna end, but the future is yet to come. So don't think like you have to make decisions based on your current situations or circumstances, because these are just here to pass and challenge you. But what you need to keep in mind is to just make sure that you know the big future, the purpose you have is way bigger and stronger than this current pain that you're going through. I always talk to my children when I'm talking to them about the future and how it is very beautiful and very important to keep themselves alert. I always tell them one thing. You might be in a season of planting, and yet you can't see the benefits of what you're planting. But you know, of course, there will be a time to harvest. The beautiful moment that you're going to be enjoying and eating the produce of your hands, of your brain, of any system that you're using to produce. So this is the power of understanding that you have to go through pain in order to achieve what many people don't believe you can achieve. You know, the most successful people, they're those people who have suffered the most so that they learned the most and they can be able to achieve the most. That's the beauty of going through the pain. My dear friends, I want to thank you so much. Talk to you in the next video. Samani.